is this beautiful motif featuring 4 colors, and it kind of looks like a windmill. On this video, I'll teach you how to make the leaf wheel motif. I'll be using a 4mm hook and some 24/7 cotton yarn by Lion Brand. Thank you so much, Lion Brand, for sponsoring this video. I love working with this yarn because it's mercerized, so it's easy to use. As you can see, it has some shine to it, and although it's 100% cotton, it's nice and soft. If you want to use this yarn on your next project, check out the link in the description of this video. Okay, so for this design, we're going to start by creating a slip knot. However, you do that with our color A. And so we're going to be working this design. You're actually going to be working every single segment, kind of one at a time. We're starting with our color A to create our first segment. And we're going to begin with a base ring. So for that, you want to chain 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And we're going to turn this into a ring by doing a slip stitch to the first chain that you made. So we go into that first chain with our hook and do a slip stitch. Now this is the ring. We're going to be working into the center of it. Let's begin row 1. So for row 1, we're going to start by chaining 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And this chain 4 counts as a treble crochet. Now we want to do the following repetition 3 times into the ring. The repetition starts by doing 1 treble crochet. So yarn over twice, into the ring, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's your treble crochet. Then you chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're going to work a double crochet into the top of the treble crochet that you just made. So the top of the treble crochet is right here. Into that stitch, into the top of that stitch, you're working a double crochet. So let me yarn over. Let me show you with a needle actually where it is that you're going to go into. Okay, so I just chained 6, right? I'm going to remove my hook to show you actually where it is that you're going to go through just in case. So this is your treble crochet here. And then you've got the top of the stitch right here, right before the chain 6 started. So it's right here where you're going to work the double crochet that we're about to do. So let me re-grab my hook here. And let's go back. So you're going to yarn over, go into the top of the stitch, pull the loop through, and from here complete your double crochet. And now to finish the repeat, you're doing a treble crochet into the ring. Okay, that's the end of the repeat. Let's do it 2 more times. I'll do it once again with you. The repeat starts by doing 1 treble crochet into the ring. So yarn over twice, into the ring, complete a treble crochet. Now you're going to chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're doing that double crochet into the top of the treble crochet, which is right here. Yarn over into the top of the stitch, insert your hook, and do a double crochet. And now to finish the repeat, do a treble crochet into the ring. Now that there is the end of the repeat, and I want to do that once again. So I'll do that off camera. I'm doing 1 treble crochet, a chain 6, 1 double crochet into the top of the last treble crochet, and then 1 treble crochet into the ring. I'll do that off camera and I'll see you when I'm done. Okay, I just finished my 3rd repeat here, and this is what you should have. We're going to continue on row 1 by doing 1 treble crochet into the ring. So yarn over twice, into the ring, a treble crochet. Now we're going to chain 2, and we're going to work 10 treble crochets into the ring. So this is my first one. My second. And I'm going to work 8 more treble crochets into the ring. So I'm going to do that off camera and I'll see you when I'm done. Okay, so I've done my 10 treble crochets. So now that's going to end row 1 there. We'll move on to row 2. So we're going to start by doing a chain 5. And you're going to do a slip stitch to the first chain that you made. So into the first chain, insert your hook and do a slip stitch. That's going to create a picot stitch, and we're going to be working into the center of it later, just so you know, but that's our picot stitch. You can flip your work now. We're going to work, let me see here. You're going to be skipping the first stitch, the first treble crochet, and you're going to do 1 single crochet into each of the next 9 stitches. So skip the first one, into the next, a single crochet. And now 1 single crochet into each of the next 8 for a total of 9 single crochets. This is my last one here. That's my 9th single crochet. And this here is going to end row 2 and ends our first segment as well. So now we're going to go ahead and grab our new color and we're going to join it to the piece and cut our color A. So I'm grabbing my color B here and I'm going to bring it through the loop on my hook. Through the loop that's currently on my hook, I'm just going to fold it, leaving a tail. And then I'm going to pull everything down. I can also go ahead and cut my color A, leaving a tail that I can weave in later. And now we're just going to work with color B and we're starting our segment 2. So we're beginning row 1 of the second segment. We're going to do a chain 1 and flip our work here. We're going to do 1 single crochet into that first stitch. Just 1 single crochet there. Now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. You're going to skip 3 stitches and then do 1 single crochet into the next. So you skip 1, 2, 3 into the next, a single crochet. Now we're going to chain 9. 1, 2, so that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we've got 9 chains here. Now you're going to flip your work and we're going to be doing a slip stitch to the first single crochet that you made, which is this one here. So you go into that single crochet and do a slip stitch. And this is going to give you a new ring and we're going to be working into this ring. So now we're going to begin. Technically, this wasn't row 1. This is just a little ring that you're doing on segment 2. I shouldn't have said row 1. We're about to begin row 1 of the second segment. So we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and flip our work. We're going to work into this ring. We're going to be working it just like segment 1. So if you remember row 1 of segment 1, we're going to do the following repetition 3 times. You're going to do a treble crochet into the ring. Then a chain 6. Then you'll do a double crochet into the top of the treble crochet. So into the top of the stitch, Insert your hook and complete a double crochet from there. And then into the ring, you'll do a treble crochet. And you want to do that twice more. So let me do it again with you. Treble crochet. A chain 6. Then a double crochet on top of the treble crochet. And then a treble crochet into the ring. Okay, that's the second repetition there. I need to do that once more. So I'll do that off camera and I'll see you when I'm done. Okay, I just finished the third repetition. So let's continue row 1. We're going to do 1 treble crochet into the ring. Then we'll chain 2. And now you're going to do 10 treble crochets into the ring. So into the same ring, 10 treble crochets. I'll do that off camera and I'll see you when I'm done. Okay, I've done the 10 treble crochets into that same ring. This here is the end of row 1 of the second segment. And now we're going to move on to row 2. So for row 2, you want to chain 2. And you're going to do a single crochet into the picot of the previous segment. So where you are currently, you've got this picot right here. That's the one that I mentioned that you're going to work into. So we're going to go into the middle of the picot stitch. There's like a little hole there. And into there, you insert your hook and do a single crochet. This is what's going to connect your segments together. Now we're going to chain 3. You can go ahead and flip all of your work. And you're going to do a slip stitch to the first chain that you just made, like of this row, which is going to be the chain right after the last treble crochet of this group. So there's the chain right there, the first chain that you made in row 2. Insert your hook and do a slip stitch. Now this just created the picot of this segment that you're going to be working into later. Let's continue row 2 for the second segment. You're basically just gonna work it like you did for row 2 as of the point where you skip the first stitch. So we're skipping the first stitch here, and then you're just gonna do a single crochet into each of the next 9 stitches. So skip the first, 1 single crochet into each of the next 9 stitches. All right, the 9th stitch is the very last treble crochet of the previous row. And now we are done with this segment. We're done with segment 2. You're technically looking at the back side of it, but if we flip it over, you'll see that now you have 2 of these connected, and you're going to be working it in this direction. So now we're finished the second segment. You can go ahead and change colors. You're going to work 5 more segments doing exactly what we did on the second segment. So go back to the very beginning of the second segment, do that first kind of foundation piece, which is the ring, then row 1 and row 2. For each one of the next 5 segments, you're going to be switching colors. So this is A, B, then you'd work C, D, back to A, B, and so on. So recap, I'm doing 5 more segments. I'm going to cycle through my colors A through D. So the next one will be C, the next one D, the next one A, the next one B, the next one C. And I'll meet you when we're ready to do the final segment, which will be the 8th segment. Okay, I just did my 7th segment. This is looking very cool. You, of course, have a lot of ends to thread through, but we'll deal with that later. I'm done segment 7. And now we're going to go and do our last one together, our segment 8. So I'm grabbing my color D and I'm going to join it to the piece the same way I've been doing all this time. Just folding a tail, pulling it through, pulling it all down. And let's do our segment 8 together. So we essentially are going to work it the same, but we're going to join it in a couple of points as well. So we're starting this by doing a chain 1, flipping our work, and I'm going to do a single crochet into the first stitch, chain 3, skip 3 into the next single crochet. I'm just doing the same thing we've been doing all this time. Chain 9 to create the little ring. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Flip it again. We're going to do a slip stitch to the first single crochet. And from here, we're going to begin row 1. So we're going to do a chain 4. There's a lot of flipping going on here, you'll notice, but chain 4. And then you do a treble crochet into the ring to start the repeat. Then you chain 6. We do a double crochet to the top of the treble crochet. And we do one more treble crochet. And this is going to end the repeat. And we want to do that twice more. I'm doing this faster because we already learned how to do this. We've been doing the exact same thing over and over. So I'll do this repeat twice more. And I'll see you when I'm done. Okay, I just finished that repeat. So a total of 3 times. Once we're done, we're going to go ahead and do a treble crochet into the ring. Now we're going to chain 2, like we have been doing this whole time. And then you do 10 treble crochets into the ring. So let's do that. I'm going to do that off camera. 10 treble crochets into the same place. And I'll see you when I'm done. Okay, I just finished my row 1 of the last segment, segment 8. I did those 10 treble crochets. So let's connect it to the first segment. You're going to begin row 2 of the last segment by doing a chain 2. And then you're going to do 1 single crochet into the picot of the first segment. Or sorry, of the 7th segment, not the first one, the 7th. So as you've been doing all this time, you're going to connect it to the picot stitch of the previous segment and that little hole by doing a single crochet. Okay, from here we're going to chain 1 and do 1 single crochet into the picot of the first segment. So let's see here. The picot is going to be right here, where segment 2 comes out of. Into this same spot, you're going to do a single crochet from where you are currently. So insert your hook into that picot, grab your yarn, and do a single crochet there. Okay, from here we're going to chain 2. We're kind of flipping everything. And you're going to do a slip stitch to the first chain that you made after the 10 treble crochets. So find that first chain that you made, insert your hook into it, and do a slip stitch. And now we're going to do what we've been doing all this time. You're going to skip the first treble crochet, and you're going to do a single crochet into each of the next 9 stitches. So that's going to be all of your treble crochets that you made at the end in the previous row. So you'll have 9 single crochets. This is 7, this is 8, and this is 9. And now we want to connect this to the first piece so that it's all nice and connected. I'm going to flip this over to show you. From here, we want to do a slip stitch into this point of the first segment. Right here, because I've always been connected kind of where the like this little circle is. So we want to connect exactly where we are to here. So I'm going to insert my hook into that point. And I'm going to just create a slip stitch. And now that's connected. We want to go ahead and let me see here. And now you'll notice that after that slip stitch, they're all connected at the right spot. So if we look at each segment, it's connected where the little loop begins. Same for the next one, connected and the loop begins. Same for this one, connected and the loop begins. So I'm going to cut off my yarn from the last segment here, leaving a tail so I can weave it in. I can go ahead and pull the yarn through. And now I'm going to show you how to hide these. Not all of them because it's a lot, but you're just going to do the same thing over and over. So what I'm going to do to like extra secure it is there's 2 tails kind of from each point, right? 2 strands. Just to make it super secure, I'm going to create a small knot like this. And from here, I'm going to thread the yarn through. So I kind of just go through the stitches, through several points to make sure that it's nice and secure. So this is going to be a little bit of work because you have a lot of tails, but it's super worth it because it's a beautiful piece. So after you do your knot, thread your ends through, cut them off, and I'll meet you when your motif is nice and clean. Okay, so here's my motif, nice and clean. Now, you don't have to do the next step. In my opinion, this looks really nice just like this. But if you want to make this a little bit smaller, then what you can do is grab any of the colors. I'm going to grab color A, and we're going to join it to the piece. So just create a slip knot. And we're going to join to the piece into any one of the picot stitches. And the picots are like the ones that have the little hole, right? So into any one of the holes into the picots, you can insert your hook. Let's do it here. Pull it through. You're going to chain 1, and into the same picot, you're going to work 2 single crochets. So that is 1 and 2. So currently I'm in the red segment. I'm going to move over left to the blue segment, find the picot stitch there. It's right here. And into it, do 2 single crochets. So you're just finding the picot stitch of each segment and doing 2 single crochets into each one of them. Go on to the next one, the green, 2 single crochets. Now into the red, 2 single crochets. Now into the blue, into the orange, and let me see here. Am I back? No, I got the green one still. And now I'm back to the red one that I started in. You can go ahead and insert your hook into the single crochet, the first one that you made, and do a slip stitch. And that's going to give it like a bit of an edge in the middle. So now you can go ahead and cut off your yarn and thread the last ends through. Okay, this may be the coolest thing I've ever made. It is so stunning. So it's a little bit large. Let me see against my face. It's the size of my face, but it's stunning, you guys. I didn't find it that difficult, because you do the exact same thing over and over. It's more a matter of threading your ends, of course, but super duper worth it. At the beginning, I thought I didn't want this in the middle, but I can see why it adds a little bit more, I don't know, it makes it kind of nicer. So super beautiful. This is an awesome decorative piece for a flat surface if you want to put a little maybe flower pot on top of it. But I can also see this in like a larger wearable, as part of a bigger something, cardigan, something cool like that. If you're making different motifs and bringing them together, it could add a beautiful, beautiful, fun design. Hey, while you're at it, why don't you just subscribe to my channel Just do it. Just do it.